welcome everyone. My name is Gustav. Welcome to my channel. Today I want to be talking about my gym journey, my bodybuilding journey, and the stuff I've learned so far. And I think anything I say in this video would be very helpful. I've had struggles. I have times where I realized that it's really possible to change your body, and all of this was from home. So let's get started. So I started my gym journey, my bodybuilding journey in 2022, okay? And I will try and get some pictures from this time. Now before I did any sort of training, I did do martial arts. I did taekwondo, but it wasn't really, it didn't make a difference in my appearance. I was still a little skinny kid, and yeah, low confidence, everything, okay? So back then I didn't have a gym. There was no gym I could have used. So I did calisthenics, and I tried making like home gym stuff. Like, I know some people also try and do like bricks, like they put bricks into buckets and try and find some pull-up bars. But I really wasn't that like motivated to do everything super perfectly, like with the I wasn't very educated about it. I was just very motivated to build a body. So I did body weight. Okay, so I will try and find some photos, and when I do the editing I will show you guys. But yeah, back then I think I was 45 kilograms. That's how heavy I was, or how light I was. Rather, I was very small. So I really was insecure. I was bullied about it. So I really wanted to change it, and I got started in the gym because of a certain influencer called Alex Eubank, right? And my friend introduced me to him, and I remember the night when that happened. Really, I was super motivated, and that got me disciplined in the gym, okay? So that whole year I didn't make so much progress, really. It was just a bit of fun. I wasn't also that I was very consistent, but I was just consistent for fun. There wasn't any progress made over there. Then 2023, that's when my brother bought a gym machine, and he actually bought it in 2022, but I never wanted to, use it or anything. And it was like in a different place. It was like in storage, right? But then we brought it into our house, and that's when I started doing real bodybuilding. Real bodybuilding, okay? And it's also when I started taking like photos. Over here, I really started taking photos about with my physique. Unfortunately, I did lose a lot of them, but I did get some of them back. So I will try and find some photos to show you guys. Okay, so in 2023, I started bodybuilding, right? And it was also then when I tried focusing on eating more. So I think I did gain a bit more weight. I think I did gain a lot of muscle mass. It wasn't just like eating and getting fat, I was really gaining some muscle. And although it didn't look like it for anyone else, I really did see the differences in my physique, because I was basically just like a skeleton walking around. So any progress I saw, I adored it, and I really acknowledged it, because I was really looking forward to grow. So yeah, I think 2022, I was how much is that? I think I was 40 kilograms. 2023, I was around 47 to 50 kgs, right? And I know a lot of, like, even kids that classify themselves as being skinny, they say they are at 50 kilograms. That's when they started out. So I really started 40 kilograms, right? That's when I started. And I don't know how old I was back then. I was probably 12 years old when I started going to the gym, or maybe 13 years old. I couldn't remember. But yeah, I did make a lot of, beginners gains. Still not with any specific like technique or anything. I just did it. Yeah, like your body reacts in a certain way when it's like introduced to something new and more difficult. So it was because of like just starting out while I was growing. That's what I would say caused my growth. Nothing like super good. Yeah, I did do the 6 to 12 rep range, that type of stuff. Still lightweight. Um I didn't even really bench. Like I benched 20 kgs. So yeah, I was not really focusing on progressive overload. I was just in the gym for fun. So that's what I would say caused my growth. Only starting out, your body reacts in a certain way. It's not. I didn't really train that. Okay, but I think where it really started being taken seriously, right? 2024, still 50 kgs. 50 kgs. But this is where I started really taking bodybuilding seriously. This is where I did the research. So okay. So I think I really focus on learning how to go to the gym, right? And all the stuff you should know before like actually entering the gym. So this was where I started learning about progressive overload, a correct split. I was only doing like the bro split back then. I still did the bro split, but I made my own special one, right? So I was like focusing on the smaller parts of my body, and I was really focusing on that. Like I wouldn't focus on abs because every single guy, skinny guy has abs, right? So I didn't really focus on that anymore. Although I really did focus on abs because I was like doing taekwondo and that stuff. But like if you are skinny, I think of it as like a blank canvas, right? And you can now look at what you need to train, and it's the main muscle groups you need to train that would determine what you look like. So if you were like skinny and just training abs, you would kind of look like a zombie, right? Like it would just look like there's stuff popping out of your skin by your stomach. It wouldn't really make sense training abs as a skinny guy because you already like it shows unless you're like training for something else. But for aesthetic wise, you wouldn't need to train abs. Okay, so this is what happened in 2024. I started out very motivated. But some stuff caused me to lose motivation, and I was living with my grandma for like half of the year, so I didn't have access to the gym. I did have like the small plastic weights, those small plastic weights. I think they add up to about um yeah, I think only 20 kilograms, so I didn't really train with those. I did maybe 3 times a week, only arms, so I didn't stay consistent with the gym then. But that whole time, when I started like with a downfall, I would call it a downfall, right, with my fitness. It was a downfall, and then start of 2025, so late 2024 and early 2025, that's when I really, 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 like, it felt in my mind like I knew everything. I just need to execute it now, and I have to stay disciplined, and then I would make a physique. And that's actually exactly what happened. Although this year I also did have some limitations. I also had to go look after my grandma, but I still kept on training, and I actually made progress in that time. Also, 2025, I got baptized in the Orthodox Church. So those who don't know, you fast half of the year. So half of the year you're basically vegan in the Orthodox Church, and it was 2025 when I started partaking in all this fast. So half of 2025 I couldn't really eat the right nutritions as well. Okay, but even during the fast, you can see I made so much progress. 2025 was really a great year. Although, okay, yeah, so 2025, I'm now 60 kgs, and I haven't really weighted. It's now early 2025 was the last time I weighted myself, but I do think I got a bit heavier. Okay, so early 2025, I trained I trained 2 times daily. I was really, really disciplined with the gym this year. I trained 2 times daily. So how I went about this was, in the early morning, I would go to the gym. I would focus on stuff like stretching, also abs. I would do abs just to feel like a bit more disciplined, right? And yeah, abs still look cool. So yeah, I did train abs, and also like the I call them like accessory muscles, right? So it's not like muscles you can grow with like compound movements. It's like you have to isolate them and train them on your own. So during the mornings I would train abs, I would do stretching, I would maybe like do some jump rope, I would train calves, like that stuff. And then also later that day I would then train like my main muscle group, right? So let's say I was doing like push-pull legs or some split like that, right? I couldn't really remember. I did change a lot. Like my opinion of the gym really changed, and like what split worked best. But I do think push-pull legs really works well. But you have to lift super heavy, and I think I really improved with my strength this year. So here, early 2025, trained 2 times daily. Also, body weight. I focused on body weight. Okay, so what I realized was I skipped a lot of the fundamentals. Like I wouldn't be able to do 20 good reps of push-ups. So I went back to that. I would do like, let's say, bench press, and then I would do 10 reps of push-ups. So I would do the main heavy lift, and then after that I would do a lighter variant of that. So I would do like push-up, maybe some cables. I don't really have cables, so I would use like some plastic straps and push-ups. That was what I would do. And also with like with back, it's like I would do pull-ups, and then after the pull-ups I would do like one arm pull-downs. Okay, and that really did work. But then later this year, excuse me for my spelling, guys. Access to weight. Okay, why is this? We moved, okay, and as we were moving we realized we had to sell some stuff, so we did sell the gym. Unfortunately, it was like a big gym machine, so I couldn't take it with. So that's where I'm at now. I don't have a gym currently, so for the last 2 months I didn't really train that much, unfortunately, but I did learn a lot, and I can't wait to start going to the gym again with the new knowledge I acquired. And I think I will make like update videos about them. Yeah, so I think with all this stuff that I've learned, I'm gonna do great. I'm really gonna do great. I have access to a gym now. I will go to a gym the upcoming weeks, so I would have access to all the equipment. This will be my first ever time going to a public gym, guys, so I will really make a lot of progress this time. Okay, so that's all really for today's video. I really hope you guys found it valuable. It's just something I wanted to talk about, my gym journey. I've learned a lot in this journey so far. I'm not anything spectacular, by the way, so this is the point of today's video. Really, I want to show you guys that anything is like possible for you guys. All the things I've learned, you guys can implement in your guys' journey, no matter where you are. I think you can take something valuable from this lesson. So with that being said, and see you guys next time.